Okay, let's see what we got in this box. There is, okay, some promotional pamphlet. Okay, this is very cool. It looks like there is some sort of filter here. Let's take a look at that. Yes, it have inner filters. Okay, this is really cool, and I'm starting to like this lens. Let's put this filter out. We also got the guarantee card, a very big instruction manual, and then we got the lens. Ooh, it's a bit of weight to this lens, so probably some really good glass in it. Look at that cap. I love when they label the cap on top, so if you have many lenses kind of like pointing up, they're easy to identify which lens exactly is it that you are using. So 12mm f2.8 Brightin Star. And look at that front element. So we have a petal shape, non-removable hood, and we have here again 12mm f2.8, so easy to find it no matter is it from the front or from the side. Here we can see the rear element is obviously a metal mount because the whole lens is made of metal, like is quite common with these manual lenses coming out of China. Now let's take a look at the aperture. So there are clicks. I don't know if you can hear it, going from f2.8 to f16. So it stops at f16, and then let's see here the manual focus. So it's a very short drop. You can see it's only like a quarter. So it came with two filters. This one was pre-installed, it's just for protection, and this one is for, it say here, is natural light. The way you mount these filters on, you drop them in and the screw on. So it is very easy, won't take much time, and it's easy to do it even on location. Now let's take a closer look at the size. I just put it on the palm of my hand. It's not a particularly very small lens, and there is quite a bit of weight to it. So here it is mounted on my camera, and you can see it makes perfect balance, and it looks like size-wise, it looks really good on my EOS R6 Mark II. And ever since the Laowa released that zero distortion lens, I always wanted to have one, but that lens was a little bit expensive. This is a lot more affordable, and it is also similar to zero distortion. So if you're gonna do some kind of photography for architecture, or there's quite a lot of applications in which you want to get rid of that distortion without cropping into the lens, because you can also do that digitally on post-production, but you want to do that on the camera, when you're shooting the pictures. And let's take a look at some samples of the pictures that I'm talking about. Like I say, it is very useful for architecture photography. You want to show some interiors, especially when the interiors are very small. Let's say you need to take pictures for Airbnbs or hotels, and you want to show the rooms looking nice and big without that distortion that gives away that you're using an ultra wide angle lens. Well, this lens is exactly that. Image quality, it is actually pretty good. It's very decently sharp all the way to the very edges, and so around the edges it starts to drop a little bit on contrast and sharpness, but overall the resolution is pretty good. As I already mentioned, there is very little distortion to talk about. As a matter of fact, I've been using this lens for a while, and I'm used to have the distortion, and I used to have the distortion sometimes playing on my favor, like on an artistic way. But now, well, that's gone. The corners are very stretched, and it's just a different lens. This is something that you really need to understand. If you've been shooting with different ultra wide angle lenses, you need to understand this is different. It's kind of weird not having that distortion there. For a photographer like me that I've been shooting for so many years and being so used to have distortion and suddenly not having it, well, it is a little bit interesting to say the least. Of course, there is some lens flare. That's to be expected from a lens like this, but in my opinion, it is quite well controlled. Another thing is chromatic aberration, and that is also very well controlled. Actually, really good. Even wide open, it is very hard to see chromatic aberration. You will have to be shooting directly against some bright lights, wide open, to maybe pick a little bit of that chromatic aberration. For the most part, it is very clean lens. Also, there is the added benefit of being able to put filters on the back of this lens. So on an ultra wide angle lens like this one, 12mm, this is something very unique and yet very important, especially for landscape photographers and for people who are probably going to be shooting where there are some big bodies of waters like lakes, the ocean, etc. So being able to put filters on a lens like this, it is actually game changer, because there aren't really many lenses that can do that. And being so wide, you can put the filters on the back, so they're directly in front of your sensor. You know, to put in some simple filters like polarizers or NDs, well, it can really improve your landscape photography by a lot. So all in all, I like the lens. It is a little bit heavy, so when walking around a long time with this, even though it's not big, I can feel it up here on my wrist. I like ultra lightweight compact lenses. This is compact, yet not very lightweight, but still, you know, it's a solid piece of glass inside, and that's what gives it the weight, is the quality. And also I like that the lens hood protects the front element, unlike some other ultra wide lenses where the elements are actually, you know, unprotected. I mean, if you put them down, you're gonna scratch them. So that's another thing that is quite likable about this lens. So there you have it, the Brightin Star 12mm f2.8. It is a very unique lens, to say the least, with pretty good quality and some very unique features. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this lens, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios amigos.